Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you joined me today. Today we're going to use a padded envelope. We're going to recycle it into a junk journal cover. But first, let's have our shout out to Junk Journal Diva, Joyce, Jenny, Cathy, Night Angel, Lenny, and Holly and Pooh Corner. I appreciate each and every one of you. So you can see I have my used padded envelope right here, and I just trimmed off the edge so it was straight. You know how you rip it and it's all frayed. I just trimmed it off, and then I started looking at this envelope, and as I went inside, I saw that right here where the spine is going to be really is going to work out very nicely for a spine. And I actually wrote on here, do not cut. I didn't want to get confused and cut my spine off. I decided to make it into a more reasonable junk journal size. So I made mine down to about 7 3/4 by, let's see, what is this, by, get this over here, by 9 1/4. Now we still might take it down a little bit more after we get this cut down, but let's go ahead and let's start cutting it. So as you can see, I've taken my ruler and I've drawn my lines. So let's just cut into it and see where it leads us. So cutting along my line. Okay, so we're going to cut this one. I did iron this a little bit, even though it doesn't look like I did. I did iron it so that it wasn't too awful wrinkled, that I could get it flat as possible. We got our little pieces off. Now let's look at this. Oh, you guys, this is going to work out fantastic. That is just wonderful. Now, you know me and sewing. You don't have to do this, but I am going to take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew around the edge. I'm going to open it up like this, and I'm simply going to sew around the edges, and I'll be right back. All right, so you can see that I've sewn around the edge, and like I said, you don't have to do that. I just love sewing paper. So I do have some book page here, and this is out of an old typing book. I truly remember these in class and typing class, and I actually loved them. But anyway, I found one in our used bookstore, and I thought this would be awesome to use to cover my little junk journal recycled packaging. I'm just looking at how it's going to fit. I can just put it right on here just like that, and even cut it. All right, let's go ahead and let's start. So I have a little bit of water on my brush right here, and I have my watered down white school glue, and I'm simply going to add it onto my packaging here. And I'm going to brush this out and see if I can't get this all covered. So just brush it out. I'm going quickly here. So, all right, we need a little bit more glue, you guys. A little bit more glue. I want to make sure that I really get this glued down well. And it's because it's kind of wrinkly, even though I did iron it, I think it's going to take just a little bit of more glue than what you may normally use. All right, we've got that done. Now let's just lay this right on it, just like that, and press it on. Get it really glued on there. Okay, now let me wipe this up so I don't get caught by this wet glue. And I'm going to trim my extra extra off. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I was concentrating on cutting. I didn't say a word, did I? I was just so quiet as a mouse over here. All right, so we've got that put on. Now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put one on this side. I'm going to put one on the inside as well, and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so I have all my book page placed onto all my sides of my junk journal here that we're making. Now I have some tissue paper that obviously has been used for wrapping up things, and I am going to just simply cut some pieces, or rip some pieces I should say, and I'm going to collage. I'm not going to cover my book page, but I do want to place some of these on top of my book page. So, now what's this? Oh, this is a piece of tape. I don't want that on there. So let's go ahead and just rip it right there, since it already has been ripped there because of the tape. And I'm going to rip this right here. I'm going to take this out. There we go. Alrighty, so let's see how we can use these that I have just ripped into pieces, and let's lay them over to the side here. I think I'd better open my cover up, the cover that we're making, and let's see, I think I'm just going to, I'm not sure here, it's going to be like this. This is the front. I need to really look at it in the way that it's going to be seen. So this is the cover. So, oh, I kind of like that. And maybe a little piece like that. Maybe something like this. Let's go ahead and bring in our brush. I do keep it in a little bit of water in between. I'll wipe it off with some of those napkins that we used in a previous video. I'm going to add my watered down school glue and simply brush it on. Just getting a light coating, and lay down my beautiful tissue paper. I love it with these gold polka dots. Now, this tissue actually came in my package when I ordered from 1924 Linens and More. We are going to be using her laces, and also the More part. I can show you some things that she says about More. She sent a vintage Christmas card, and we're going to use that as part of our decoration on the cover of this. I thought that would be really pretty. I am going over the edge just a little bit, you guys. I can always trim it later, but I really wanted to go all the way to the edge. Now that just pulled up on my finger. I'll just pull it off. That's fine. That won't bother anything at all. And I need a little bit more of the glue. I need to put some underneath here, so just run my sponge, my brush underneath, and there we go. Oh, it's looking fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with this. So it's tissue paper, so I'm able to brush a little more than I would if it was a napkin. If someone's wondering, oh, how can she get away with brushing that so much? It'll still tear, but it is a little stronger than a napkin. And Did I get some glue there? Oh, I don't think so there. Okay. And I'm still going from the center and kind of going out. So I don't have very many wrinkles. I have a couple, but really not many at all. Oh goodness, I think that is looking fantastic. Now, this is the back, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it this way. I don't really have to keep it exactly, you know, since it's the back. I'm not worried as much as I was concerned with getting things the way I wanted it on the front. How about maybe, you know, put the heavier down below and maybe something like this. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do this until I cover all four sides, ooh, all four sides of this packing envelope that we're making into a junk journal cover. So I'll be right back when I finish with covering with my tissue. All right, you guys, so look at it. I just think it looks so great. All right, so now the next stage that I want to do is I'm going to bring in what I think 1924 Linens and More refers to as what's more. This vintage Christmas card. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I debated, do I want to just glue it on here and just have it like that? It does look like this inside. And a sunshine card made in the USA. It's very old. It's very vintage. I'm saying it's probably around the 50s by the look of it. I have a piece of this film that I was considering possibly covering it and then putting a little tab on it so you could actually take it out and enjoy this beautiful card. That's still an option that I think I could use. So with that being what I'm thinking I might want to do, let's talk about possibly what kind of tab do I want. I have this that came from 1924 Vintage and More. Linens and More, not vintage, linens. It has a wire on both sides. I thought this might be pretty as the tab pull for my card here. So I'll cut a little more than I think I need. I thought the colors went well. And I was also thinking if I just put the tab on the back, I'm not going to mess anything up really. And I think I need to make this part longer so it covers that up. And then the fact that it has a little wire in it, I don't think it's going to matter at all. But I think that would be nice. Let me bring in my hot glue gun, guys. My wires are caught. Here we go. And let's go ahead and I'm going to glue this together. So just a little bit of glue here and then glue it together, making one end, you know, a little further than the other. That way when I put it down like this, it's a little cleaner. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball here. It's about the middle. I think we'll do that. So a little bit of glue here, and let's just lay it right on there. I think that's probably plenty. And you know how I like to finish things off. I probably just need to grab a little bit of lace. Sorry guys, over here in my little pile. I'm just looking for a little bit of lace to just kind of finish that off a little bit right there. So that's what I want to do here. I'm going to just add a little bit more of my glue, bring in my spoon, press it down really well. There. All right, so now we've got our tab on our card. Whew, almost made it too large. All right, so then let's bring in this, and I think I want it to be about right here. So let me look at where we are with our grid. Okay, and oh, let me look here, guys. Just let me have it just a second. Okay, maybe about right there is the center. So this covering here is just right at the card itself. I'm just wiping some stuff off of this plexiglass or whatever it is. Not plexiglass. It's just a film. It's vintage itself. It was my father's. It's very old. You know, remember back in the day when we had projectors, and they wrote on stuff and it projected up? This is the stuff they wrote on. Okay, I'm just marking this like this, just so I know where this is going to go. I don't know if my glue would even think about holding this in place, because I'm thinking about taking this to the machine and stitching this on. So I'm just going to tack it. I'm just going to see if it's going to work. Well, it helps if you put it on it, Cathy. Actually, no. Does it hold it in place? My fingers are sticky now. Okay, don't make a mess, Cathy. Don't make a mess. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to my machine. I think a little bit of washi is going to hold it in place as I sew it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sew this plastic in place, and then I can show you what my idea is. All right, you guys, I'm happy to say that my idea worked. And there we have a little pocket, and we can pull our card out. It's easily pulled in and out. I do need to trim this little piece off of the bottom right here. All right, I'm trimming off a little extra strings that I have here. Okay. All right, got that done. Oh, I'm very pleased with how that looks, and I could save the card, and it's going to be part of the cover itself. Now, let's talk about some other things I have. I have this green. I thought this green looked gorgeous with this. I was going to show you. You guys, I left the washi on there. I didn't take it off. I thought it looked kind of cool on there. I used that washi to hold it down. I thought I liked it. All right, so I have some more pieces, and let's bring them in. Now, I will link her shop down below. I have some gorgeous things, and I thought, ooh, maybe we could use some. So let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way, and let's just see if we could come up with a few things. I'm not sure what I'm looking for or anything. I'm just thought that I would have a play with this and just see where it leads me. I'm thinking I might need to go in my stash and get some smaller pieces. These are pretty large. Now this one's nice. Oh, I didn't want to move it out of your view. I could wrap it around like this. I do want to secure the spine. So I have some Sari Silk from Crimson Heart Studios. I'll link her shop below. I've ironed it, and I really wanted to place it right here on the spine just to make sure it's reinforced And then also it covers up right there. So I don't know if I want to add it now or if possibly I want to add it later. Because, okay, so later maybe, and we put that green on the spine, and then maybe we have a little bit of this lace going around this way. That's pretty. Also, maybe we could put some lace going like this. All right, just working up some things. Here's some, maybe some lace on the bottom. All right, here's some different kind of lace. We could maybe place it here. And some people are going to say, you're covering up things. Well, we're layering. It's just, we're just layering some things, and yes, some things will be covered up, but I still think that you'll get the flavor of what this is all about. I like this a lot. I like this on there. I could actually roll it all the way over to be on the inside as well. That's an option. Oh, you guys, there's so many things. So I do think I want to lay this green sari down. Do I have enough to roll it around? Oh, I know I have enough, but see, it gets thin right there. Or go to the other side. Place it here and then go around before it gets thin. Yeah, that will work. Okay, you guys, I am going to continue to work on this, but this was a really big deal to get this all situated to where we could take our card out and preserve it. I'm very, very pleased with putting this pocket in here like this. I'm going to continue to work on this. I'll show the result of it in my next video. Oh, you guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you lots of ideas. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.